Okay, so tell me what you think of my delivery here. So the cat, Felis catus, is a domestic species of small
Emily,
carnivorous.
Emily. The cats they don't matter. They don't matter.
Hello, everyone. We are so excited to have you here today for our second episode. I'm Emily.
And I'm Becca. And this is Glitty Litter, the show where your shit shines and the cats do not matter.
No, they don't. And you might be wondering at home, if you haven't tuned in before, what is Glitty Litter? What am I watching tonight? And I'm here to tell you, Glitty Litter is a game show. It's hosted by our indie team, Glitter, and a few of our friends. And tonight we're going to see two teams. They're all improvisers tonight, and they're going to compete in 3 games. They're going to compete in an accuracy game, a creativity game, and a passion game.
So, since this is first and foremost a competitive game show, we'll tell you about the scoring. You can get scored one of 3 ways: from us, your hosts, from the lovely viewers in the chat yourselves, or from our judges, who you will get to meet very soon. But at the end of every show, we are going to enter what we like to call the glitter box. And to tell us more about what the heck that is, we invite Caitlin to come join us.
What's up, everybody? Oh yeah, I'm just here chilling in the glitter box, just hanging out, just trying on some hats. I feel like I might need a new look soon. So I don't know. What do you guys? It's a little small. It's like a prototype, but I'm trying on some different. I got this one. I don't know. I've just been trying some different hats on over here in the glitter box. So I'm out here in the field, and I'm going to be doing all kinds of stuff at Glitter Box Central. We got dual monitors. We got fuel. Got to be fueled up to be in the glitter box. All kinds of stuff happening, but basically I'm going to just be doing some stuff in the glitter box, and then when you're all done with your games, contestants, I'm going to bring you in here. We're going to see what happens, and then we find out who wins.
Okay, so Caitlin, I have to ask you. Last week we saw some meatballs race down a track. Are we going to see meatballs again?
No, because you've hit on a very good point, Emily, and that's that it's different every week. Something drastically different is going to happen in the glitter box every week, and then it's never going to happen again. So this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience that we're all going to have here tonight, and it's going to be amazing. So no meat in ball form will not be a part of the show tonight. That's all I can say. Or, Glitter Box Central is just going to get, hacked again.
Yeah, we can't. I mean, that's why it's top secret. Emily and I do not know what the glitter box is, but that's the security that we need.
No, we don't know. All right. Well, thank you so much, Caitlin. We cannot wait to see what it is. We have no idea. So we'll see you later. So as Becca mentioned earlier, 2 of our games tonight are going to be judged by judges. They're going to give out scores. So let's meet our judges tonight. Our first judge, you guys loved him so much last week, so we had to bring him back. It's Old Country Dan.
Oh, how you doing out there? Glitty Litter? It's good to be back.
Hello, Old Country.
Good boy, Snickers. You sang on over there. That's my horse, Snickers, if you guys weren't here last show. We've been having some issues. We're working it out. But yeah, I'm good to be here. I'm excited. This is going to be fun. A lot of folks asking me after last week's show, you must have had some people. I saw the Twitch was talking and they were like, you must have had some people slide into your DMs. Is that a type of britches? Folks, I'm a cowboy, okay? I don't get the lingo. So don't bother putting it down. I'm not going to get it because I'm a true cowboy. All right. But I'm excited to be here and I'm looking forward to meet the two teams out there.
All right. Well, Dan, if you play your cards right, it could be a type of britches. So excited to have you back. We want to welcome a new judge this week as well, Little Milky.
Hey y'all! I love milk. How y'all doing?
Hi. Where are you calling in from, Lil Milky?
I'm in Old Dairy Milk. It's in Canada, where all the milks come from, of course.
All the milk.
Every milk comes from Canada. Everybody knows that.
Is that milk in a wine glass?
Of course. I'm here to party. You know what,
Yeah.
Emily? My first drink was milk.
Mm-hmm.
And I bet yours was too.
Yeah.
Little Milky might be right about that. We'll refer.
All glasses are for milk. I guess, yeah. Said it
Somebody
best.
understands me and my passion. I'm here to see some passion because if there's one thing I love, it's loving something. And I love milk.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to see the people love other things too.
So is that what you're looking for tonight? A love of milk?
I love of milk. I love of doing whatever. I want to see some passion. I want to see grit. I want to see determination. I want to see strong bones.
Mm-hmm. All right.
That's it.
Well, we can't wait. We're so excited that you're going to be judging our passion game tonight then. And we look forward to hearing what you have to say later.
All right, nice.
All right. Well, thank you so much to Old Country Dan and Milky. We will hear from them more later.
Yes, we will. But it would not be a game show without contestants. So without further ado, let's bring on our first team tonight, Sophie and Marisa.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you guys? How are you doing?
Very rich.
Very
Thank you.
rich, doing well, doing fantastically.
Fantastically.
How do you guys know each other?
You know, the club.
The club. So we do know each other from, we were on an indie team together, and we're very excited. We just booked tickets. We're going to be in the front of the Snowpiercer. So we're very excited about
Very excited.
2031. Yep. We're going to be right beside each other. Yep.
Big things ahead.
I love it. I love it. Are you guys prepared for tonight? Any nerves? You guys just think you're gonna kill it?
I don't get nervous. I have a lot of there's so much like flowing through my body at all times that nerves is there's no room for them anymore. So personally, I'm fine.
Yes, I pay someone else to feel nervous on my behalf. Yeah.
Yes.
Love it. Love it. Well, it was so nice to meet you guys. We can't wait to see you guys in a little bit to play our games.
Thank you so much.
Wow, I love the "How are you doing?" and the answer is "I'm rich."
I'm rich.
Could probably say it all.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, as this is a competitive show, this team has some competition. So if we could please bring out our next team, Team 2, Stacy and Aaron.
Yes.
Yeah. We're here to fight.
We're here to win.
Yeah.
Stacy and Aaron, where are you guys joining us from?
From the comfort of my home office in Somerville, Massachusetts.
Wow.
Same. I was going to join from somewhere else, but then Erin said she was joining from her home office. So I said, me too. Yeah. Also in Somerville.
So, yeah, we have matching office locations. It's pretty good and cool. So
that's very coordinated. I love the synergy that you guys are already bringing.
Thank you.
Yes.
So how do you guys know each other?
How don't we know each other? It's a better question.
Right? Hello.
I mean, a few years ago, you decide to take an improv class and it takes over your life and you meet so many different people. And Aaron is one of those wonderful people. Yeah.
It's true. I want to tell a little sympathy story for Clout and hopefully points from the chat. And it's that I lost my job a year ago, almost to the day, and now I have a job again, so it's okay. But the day after I lost my job, Stacey reached out to me and was like, "I think you're good at improv, and you should consider auditioning for Herald Night." And it was the sweetest thing that's ever happened to me.
Shh, don't tell. That's how I cast my team. Was yeah, all that auditioning everybody did, that was for naught, because that's how. No, Erin was a very special person. I knew was, oh God, now I'm gonna get all schmaltzy. I'll stop there.
Like, hot. My face is red.
I know.
Wow.
That's so nice. We're so excited to see this bond.
It really, I don't
you
think I want to clear the air. I think Stacey casted fairly. I just was in a low point in my life, and I wanted to applaud her publicly for being kind.
I know. Now I feel like this need to like shake out like some kind of 9-month-old justification of like, well, no, this is what I was my plan was at the time, and I only cast 7, and it was only going to be if it was a good fit.
We're not.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
I'm a big fan of Ruthie, so
well, they don't exist anymore. But no, I'm just kidding.
All right, good.
All right.
This is good so far. Let's get going.
Glad that we came in with a lot of really like solid energy.
Heavy hitters. We liked it.
Mm-hmm. Great. You guys are definitely getting the empathy. You're already knowing how to use the chat. This is how you play strategically in this game. So you're nailing it.
Okay.
I can't wait for the chat to immediately be like, we're not buying into that shit, and then hate us. It's okay. We'll win fairly.
What we lack in polish, we have in embarrassing one another.
That's all we're looking for. All right. Well, it was so nice to talk to you guys. We'll see you in a second. Okay. So before we get started into our 3 main games tonight, we are going to go into a get to know you game. And so our first game tonight is called Most Likely To. This is the classic game of Most Likely To. So we're going to ask all of our improvisers a series of 3 questions, and they are going to have to write down which team member is most likely to do that activity or that event. So once we ask the question, they're going to write down their answer. If it's themselves, they'll write their own name. If it's their partner, they'll write their name. And then we'll reveal to see who is most likely in their partnership to do this. So let's bring our teams out and we can get started.
All right. Okay. So each question is going to be for both teams. So does everyone have a pen, paper, is ready for the first question? Wow, this is all right. Your first question is, who is most likely to wear the same pair of socks 3 days in a row? Emily, I honestly think 2 days is not that bad. I've been known to wear socks for like a week at a time.
You told me this, and like to me that means that your feet aren't sweaty, because like I can't even wear socks and like work out a little bit. Like I have to change them after that.
Well, like what am I doing? I'm walking around my house the next day.
Yeah, but
get up and walk around my house again.
Just sweat and slick. That's what are. It's not. All right, are you guys ready?
I think so.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So on the count of 3, we'll have you reveal. Ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Well.
We're on the
rationale
didn't work. Erin is right. I just thought that Erin would say herself.
No, I think here's the thing: is I do wear socks for days at a time,
so do
and
I.
the way that you laughed, I was like, "Oh no, Stacey does this definitely."
I do that. We both do. Sorry.
And
Okay,
you're like a scientist, so I thought like you're out in the field, you can't change your socks. That's part of it. Yeah,
I have like gone like multiple weeks without changing socks in the field. So like I should have done that, but I was like, I don't know, maybe Sophie likes comfort. Maybe the socks are home to you.
I think all of our standards have changed in the past couple months. So
That's true. That is true. Okay, are you guys ready for the second question?
Yes.
So who is most likely to get a tattoo that they regret?
Don't take this
No.
laugh as anything, Aaron. I don't. Doesn't mean anything.
So Becca, I don't know about you. I only have one tattoo, and I don't regret it at all. But I thought about getting another tattoo. Would regret. So my last name is Doll. So I've thought about getting a D on one butt cheek and an LL on the other. Just be. It would.
I think it would work.
I don't think you would regret that. I think you should do it 100%.
Thank you for the validation that I need.
In
I think
solidarity,
an awestruck reaction.
I will get an S and then a PHIE as well. On
Thank you. Anyone
Yeah.
else have an O in their name? Let's do it. No regrets, all from the chat. All right, are you guys ready?
Yes.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Both Marissa's over
Yay.
here. Both Stacy's
Wow.
over there.
I should have written my name. I just wrote me.
Team
We'll-
1.
we get it.
Why did you guys both say Marissa?
Well, you have a lot of tattoos.
I do.
Do you
I have-
regret any of them?
I like sort of regret one or two of them. I started getting tattoos at a very young age, like right as soon as I possibly could. Like the first one was on my 18th birthday. And I just think I'm a different person than I was when I was 18. So some of them are just like kind of corny. Like, you know, they're okay. They're okay tattoos, but they're on me forever now and they're pretty big. So I don't think I'm gonna like get a cover up or anything.
Yeah. Love it. Erin and Stacy, why'd you both say Stacy?
Yeah, Aaron, why'd you say me?
Well, because Stacy makes decisions, folks, and she chooses them and she does. And I live in indecision paralysis in perpetuity. So I think that would save me from getting a tattoo I regret, but I think it would not save me from like other things, like living in indecision paralysis, for example.
That I love that reasoning. When I was going through it, I was like, I know Aaron and I would both regret it. That much I know. That much I know. But it was just more of a don't make the mistake you made last time and just say yourself.
Okay, well, great.
Well, Terry Trojan Water District says Erin is me, which I think a lot of us just felt when you said that. because-
Thank you. Yes,
I do make a lot of rash decisions, but
Like who
usually
to invite on your improv team? Would you say?
yeah.
I would not say that is rash. Excuse me. I like
You
to
made a
think.
decision.
All right. Okay, we have one last question for you guys. Who is most likely to cry during an episode of Friends? I will be
Right.
honest. I think crying, the threshold is just been so lowered.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I'm not going to say anything.
All right. Does everyone have their answers?
Yeah.
Okay. Ready? Show. Was there a countdown?
Team 2 is split, and Team 1 is also split. All right, so everyone's crying during an episode of Friends.
Yeah, everyone's sobbing.
Yeah.
It is
Not,
what it
not
is.
because it's a good show.
Yeah, no.
Like who? I mean,
Yeah.
I
wanna
cry
make that-
very easily.
I want to make that clear. In my head, Sophie's crying because she's laughing at how bad of a show it is.
Yeah.
That's what I was imagining.
And Marisa, you're just crying because like it's been a while since we've seen the concept of Friends. So
Right, exactly.
that gets to me.
That's true. That is very. All right. Well, thank you so much. That was so nice to get to know you all, and we'll see you in a second for our accuracy game.
All right. So our first scored game this evening is our accuracy game called Question Master. So ominous. So in this game, Question Master, our teams are going to ask one another a series of 5 questions to understand a little bit more about each other. But there is a twist. The contestant who is answering the question will be turning the volume on their computer all the way down so that they have to read their partner's lips. And after their partner asks the question, the teammate who is answering will repeat the question they think they are being asked and then give their answer. For example, if Emily was to ask me, "What is your name?" I would repeat, "What is my name? It's Gerald." Just kidding, because it's an accuracy game. So I'd have to say the real answer. It's Becca. But we will alternate questions between each team. And since this is, again, an accuracy game, each question that is correctly understood and answered will receive a point. That being said, if our viewers at home really like a wrong answer, let us know in the chat and we might give out some bonus points.
Yep, so let's bring our teams on so we can get this game moving. Hello. Okay, so teams, so before the show, we talked about who was going to be our question asker, who was going to be our question answerer, and we decided that Erin and Marisa were going to be asking our questions. Sophie and Stacy, you guys are going to be answering our questions. So when I tell you guys, not now, Stacy and Sophie, you're going to turn your volume all the way down and give us a double thumbs up when you're good to go. Erin and Marisa, we're going to start with you, Marisa. You'll ask the first question. After you're done asking it, give Sophie a thumbs up so she can answer the question. And then once you guys are done, we'll go to Erin and Stacy and we'll go on and on like that. You each have 5 questions. So after 5 questions each, you guys will be able to turn your volumes up. We'll let you know how many you got right. Okay, any questions? No? Okay, so Sophie and Stacy, turn your volumes down. Give us a double thumbs up. All right, Marisa, go ahead and get started.
Okay. Should I just ask my first question or all of them?
Just your first one.
Okay. What would your perfect morning be like?
What is my favorite type of dog? I would say the American Bulldog.
Great. Okay.
Go ahead, Erin.
Where's the strangest place you've ever been?
Might do it again if she didn't hear it.
Oh, is she looking?
I don't know.
What's happening, Stacey? Oh no.
This is drawing on a lot of bad memories.
Uh-oh. Give her a thumbs up again.
Where's the strangest place you've ever been? She's not here. I wonder if she thinks that Sophie is still answering and that it's not her turn yet.
How am I supposed to?
Oh, we got
I think that you can hear me. Okay.
We can hear you,
Erin. Okay. I can't hear anything. Okay. All right, Erin is asking me a question, so I'm staring at her face.
Go ahead, Erin.
Where's the strangest place you've ever been?
Can you ask it to me one more time?
Where's the strangest place you've ever been?
Am I allowed to get it one more time? One more time. Okay.
Where's the strangest place you've ever been?
Okay. Which trash bag do I use to pee? I use the compostable trash bags that are biodegradable. Do I get another question? Okay.
Do you use a bidet?
Did you say it? One more time? I think we're getting one more time.
Yeah. Do you use a bidet?
Do I know the price of gas? It changes a lot. I have not been driving many places. There's something going on, so I haven't been going a lot of places. $2.75.
Okay, my turn.
Okay, now I'm being asked a question. Okay.
Did you keep all of your baby teeth?
I think I almost got it, but you're going to have to ask it again.
Did you keep all of your baby teeth?
One more time.
Did you keep all of your baby teeth?
Okay. Did I seesaw with my baby sister? Yes, I would. I have a sister. She's 3 years younger than me, so we were pretty close in age. So we would probably go to the playground together and seesaw. I wouldn't call her my baby sister anymore. She is only, she just had a baby. So
Okay. Would you rather have hands for feet or feet for hands?
Would I rather have a hand cream or a flamingo? Man, that's hard. I think I would rather have, honestly, hand cream. I don't know. I don't have the time for a flamingo. It's a lot of upkeep.
Fair.
my turn?
Okay. Yep. Okay. We got it now. Now we have a pattern.
I
Okay.
better not be part of it.
No.
Okay. Aaron talks very fast. I was like, no, wait, start over.
You should have done this the opposite way.
I'm glad we chose to do it this way. I gotta get my face in the thing. Okay.
Would you rather be eaten by lions or frogs?
Okay, one more time.
Would you rather be eaten by lions or frogs?
Okay. Would I rather be a big dog or a frog? A big dog.
Great.
I mean,
Great.
people love dogs more than they love frogs. So I think that's
so
pretty
true. I say that.
self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Good question.
Okay.
Let me think.
What odd talent do you have?
How many legs do I have? Just the 2.
Great.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Who are your kind of people?
One more time.
Who are your kind of people?
Okay, I need it once more.
Who are your kind of people?
Okay. Where do I ask for people? I usually go to the white pages and I scroll through the white pages to find the people that I need. And actually, if you go to the very beginning of the white pages, there's a directory of the people who know all the people. So I actually like to call the first person, who's usually Maria, and I call Maria, and then she gets connected to the people. That's where I get the people.
If you could give everyone just one piece of advice, what would it be?
If you could live anywhere, any place, where would it be? Good. That's a great question. Honestly, right here, baby, right here.
Okay.
Great. Okay. Got a verbal. Who? No, I did it wrong. I said the wrong question. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. What do you like but are kind of embarrassed to admit?
One more time.
What do you like but are kind of embarrassed to admit?
Okay, last time.
What do you like but are kind of embarrassed to admit?
Okay. What do I like to give my dog for Christmas? It's an offensive question. Aaron knows I'm Jewish and I have cats, or I have a cat. So I don't know, what do Goyish of people give their dogs for Christmas? Like a little Santa hat? I'd give my dog a Santa hat for Christmas. Okay, Aaron? Whatever. Okay, I can turn my volume up.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. That was so incredible. I told you it was harder. It was very hard.
I love particularly the dedication that Casey had, despite getting not a single one right.
There wasn't a single correct answer. But if you've watched the show, you know that we're gonna give out points anyways. That's okay. So for team 1, let me find the comment in the chat that made me laugh. Bannock1 said, "Imagine being so rich you don't know what gas costs." And that made me laugh so much. So that's 5 points for you guys. I also just love that Sophie thought you asked her how many legs she had. Because like, why would we ask that? So I don't know, that's another 5 points. And then you came so close with one of them, like where do we think you would live, anywhere you would live. Mm-hmm. But what was the actual question? It was, Marisa, what was it?
Yeah, it was, if you could give everyone just one piece of advice, what would it be? So it was really close.
You were so close. So we'll give you another 2 points for that. And then team 2, everyone just loved that Stacy. I'm sorry, you had no idea you were supposed to be playing. We were talking to you, and you had no idea.
I couldn't hear you. So I know. I'm not going to be embarrassed about that.
You were cheating. We loved everyone. Everyone in the chat loved it. Loaf the Wonder Bread just said +1 for Stacy, but we're going to give you +3 for that because it's just entertaining. You also came so close with the frog one. It was, would you rather be eaten alive by frogs or by something else? And you, whatever you said, came so close. So we'll give you +5 for that. And then just your White Pages reference.
I saw that. I was insulted. somebody said, what is this, VHS times?
Oh, I'm sorry. And then, so the White Pages reference is going to get you +2. And then just one more time, you just saying just one more time over and over again gets you another 4 points. How about 4? One more time.
I never could get it. Every time I would ask you to do it again, it never got better for me. I was just like buying time.
We loved it. So that was so fun. Thank you guys so much. We are going to go into our next game, which is our creativity game, and it is called Not So LinkedIn. Hey! 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 We here at Glitty Litter are looking to hire an intern. We're going to give our contestants the name of 2 candidates that they are going to be interviewing as. While we check in with Caitlin and Old Country Dan, they're going to have the chance to rummage through their entire house, the room that they're in, wherever they are, to come up with props, costumes, whatever they have to become these characters. When they come back, Becca, as our interviewer, is going to be asking them some questions, and we are going to decide what candidate gets the job.
So as this is a creativity game, we are looking for our teams to really think outside the box and get creative with their characters. So after we interview all of the candidates, Old Country Dan will come on back to give our teams a score. And as always, if viewers at home love what you hear, let us know in the chat and we can give out bonus points. So Emily, do you want to let our contestants know who they will be interviewing as tonight?
I do. So let's bring our contestants back out here so we can let them know. Okay, so you guys are going to get 2 candidate names. As we talked about earlier, Sophie and Stacy, you guys are going to both be the same candidate. And then Aaron and Marisa, you guys are going to be the same candidate, but we're going to interview you separately. We want to know how you guys take these names. So Sophie and Stacy, your candidate name, which we got these names again from suggestions from Instagram. So thank you so much to everybody who has been helping us on Instagram and giving us suggestions. So our first candidate is Zamboni Strobe Light. Zamboni Strobe Light. So that's Stacy and Sophie. That's your guys' candidate. Our second candidate tonight, who is going to be portrayed by Aaron and Marisa, is Professor Reginald Grapes. Professor Reginald Grapes.
Grapes.
All right, so now you will have a couple minutes to go find costumes, props, anything you need to become these characters. So good luck, and we will see you in a couple minutes. Okay, so now, Emily, I am dying to get any more hints about the glitter box. So let's check in real quick with Caitlin.
Oh, hey guys, I didn't see you there. Yeah, I'm just kind of solving and, doing some arithmetics and all kinds of algorithms to try to, I got these, I got kind of some space cubes that, what do you think this does? You see this?
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Not a clue.
You don't know, you don't see it, or you don't know what it does?
Does it open up a portal to something?
Right? That's what I'm pretty sure. I just kind of found it on my doorstep, and it looked like it. I found it in a giant crater, as if it had just kind of just bombed down from the outer spaces. And so I just figured I gotta solve it. So because it's gotta open up some kind of portal. So yeah, I'm just kind of over here doing all kind of solvings, and then this one showed up too. What? Oh, it's all kinds of puzzles showing up.
Okay.
Showing up here at Glitterbox Central. I gotta refuel.
Oh man.
Yeah, we agree. It is absolutely in another dimension right now. I have literally no idea what's going on.
Yeah, it's the cube and me and the cube are one. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the glitter box segment at the end because I might be fused with this cube by then. Oh no!
I really thought I had an idea with the hat, but now I don't know. Like space explorers.
Oh, it's all going to connect. You're going to see.
Well, we can't wait to see it. Thank you so much. Now let's check in with our esteemed judge, Old Country Dan.
Hey, y'all.
Hi. How are you?
I hope that Caitlin doesn't get fused with that cube. That'd be a bit of a tragedy. I don't know how she would live like that. But I guess to each your own. So what's this next competition going to be? Can you tell me?
So we're going to be interviewing. Have you ever interviewed someone before? Oh
yeah. Well, I've interviewed a few times as a country entertainer. I mean, you're always working. You're not always getting paid. Geez, the best paying gig I ever had was my second father-in-law. He's like, I'm going to pay for my daughter's wedding. And I said, sir, I got the band for you. And I played my own dang wedding. It was the best gig I ever had. I made full $100 on that gig. And he was a good man. And that was a good night. I've been trying to repeat that, but no one seems to want to hire me, even for my own weddings at this point. So we're working on it a little bit. We're trying. We're trying to be entertaining.
We're just trying.
Oh,
yeah.
Dan, we'll check out your DMs. You might have a wedding soon.
Again, the DMs.
Maybe.
Well, I'll show you after. I'll show you how to do it.
Dan,
I'm in the dark here with the DMs.
Dan, who, if you had to hire the ideal employee, what would they be like?
Oh, well, somebody with a strong back and some grit in their eye. I think that's what I'm looking for. Yeah,
Oh,
grit and maybe a
back.
little twinkle, because I'm on stage. You got to twinkle and grit. That's the country entertainer way. Twinkle and grit.
What Don says? Thighs. Also, do you want thighs also?
Thighs are good for locking onto a horse when between gigs. If we got to, me and Snickers ride every day, because we're real. This is real cowboy stuff. We're not faking it here.
True. Welcome to Dan. So we've told you this week we're up in the game. You're going from judging and giving a score of 1 to 5 to 1 to 20. Are you prepared?
Yes, I can do that.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit of a challenge, but I've done some math in the past, and I should be able to figure that out.
Okay.
I'm gonna do you proud. I'll do you right. Don't you worry.
We believe in you. We believe in you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. We can't wait to see you later. All right, so it's almost time to bring back Team 1 to hear their interview. Before we do that, we need to know what they're interviewing for. We need a job. So in the chat, can you guys give us the name of a job that these people might be interviewing for? It could be anything from a pizza maker to a lawyer, anywhere on the spectrum. Give it to us in the chat. Let us know what they could be interviewing for.
Strong start.
Strong start. The first one, and we're going to take it, is a gravedigger. So the first team, Team 1, Sophie and Marisa, aka Zamboni Strobe Light and Professor Reginald Grapes. Let's bring them out. Oh, there they are. And if you guys didn't hear, you are interviewing to be a gravedigger. And Becca's gonna get us started. So Becca, reminder that Sophie is Zamboni Strobe Light, Marisa is Professor Reginald Grapes.
Oh wow. I can see we have two incredible candidates for this position of gravedigger this evening. Unfortunately, there is only one slot, so we will be choosing between the two of you, both myself and my assistant Emily, who will be taking notes. So Zamboni Strobe Light, let's start with you. Can you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely, my dude. Listen, Zamboni Strobe Light, I party all winter. And I'm named after two of the bravest people my parents ever knew. Their local Zamboni driver and their local strobe light operator. And I'm just here. I try to live that. I try to live up to that name. And so out here in Calgary, Canada, I just try to give it 500% every day.
Wow. I mean, that's incredible. That is the exact kind of energy we're looking for and we need in our grave digging practice. Professor Reginald Grapes, I'll hear from you now. Can just tell me a little bit about yourself.
Right. Hello. Thank you so much for having me. As you know, my name is Professor Reginald Grapes. You've probably heard of me from the Forbes 40 over 40 list. It's very exclusive. Being from the big grape family, and as the Forbes 40 over 40 list noted, I escaped from the big grape family, because the thing is about big grape takes time. Have you ever grown grapes, made wine, eaten a peanut butter and jelly, taking the crust off? All three of these things that they have in common, they take time. And Professor Reginald Grapes, I do everything fast. I do it quick. That's why I have my inhaler with me at all times. All times. I go fast. Those graves, they'd be dug faster than people wouldn't be able to die fast enough, is what I'm trying to say.
Wow. Okay. I love that energy. So we have a lot of strength and we have a lot of speed. So right now, I don't know, I think both candidates could be pretty good. But I don't know, our work is really nuanced and takes a lot of kind of emotional skill. So Zamboni, how would you handle conflict in the workplace, and specifically in your grave digging practice?
Absolutely no problem. Again, I was conceived at the Canada Open figure skating tryouts, so I was conceived and then I came right out on the ice, so I just slid right out into the stands actually, and ever since that my philosophy's really been just slide through any problems at all. Yeah.
Okay, great. Just slide. We'll be working mainly in dirt. I just want you to know, not in ice. So just make sure that you're prepared to slide on the dirt.
Dirt is just ice that hasn't been melted yet or hasn't been frozen yet.
I'm not sure if that's true or not, but yes, I love it. Okay, so Reginald, same question. How do you handle conflict in the workplace?
First of all, thank you so much for this question. Second of all, I found that the fastest way to resolve conflict is to just microdose a little bit of peyote and have a meeting of the minds between me and the conflicted. And when we meet on that astral plane and we realize there is no conflict to be had, we realize this together. And then we come back down and we do our jobs, because conflict, I'm above it. I'm above it. Forbes 40/40 said that in my profile.
Wow. Honestly, I do think if you were to microdose, it should be in a graveyard. So I think you're spot on strategy right there. So Reginald, I have one last question for you, and this might be the most important one. So this is a scenario. You've been given an elephant and you can't give it away or sell it. What do you do with the elephant?
This is for me now. Thank you so much, Becca.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, Reginald. It is still to you.
I cannot give away the elephant. I cannot sell the elephant.
Correct.
I will raise the elephant as my own. Me and this elephant is my son now. This elephant, I wanted children. Amazing. It has been gifted to me. That elephant, I will train it with my own 2 hands, inhaler in one hand and a shovel in the other, how to dig graves. I will teach him the family business the way that I was taught. And if he wants to escape the way I escaped from Big Grave, I will not hold it against him. He is my son.
Wow. Reginald, I love both the devotion that you have and the extra free labor that we would get from that is pretty great for our corporation. Zamboni, your last question. And I want you to really think about this. But if you could please sing us a song that best describes you and what you could bring to this work. So feel free to take a moment.
Absolutely. My uncle Hockey Stick died on that day. He looked into the sun for 48 minutes. We buried him under the ice, and every Christmas we wave to his bones.
Wow. Okay, Zamboni, that was brilliant. And also shows me that you have work experience in this field, which is great to hear. So thank you so much to both Professor Reginald Grapes and Zamboni Strobelight for interviewing for this position. We had a great time. Let's begin with Emily to see what our takeaways were and what the chat is saying.
Yeah, the chat really liked it. The chat loves Reginald Grapes. We have people, Papa Grapes apparently is what he is now being called. There were a lot of awesome things. So I personally loved the reference to cutting the crust off of your PB&J, because that makes it take so much longer. So we're gonna give them +6 points for that, because I really liked that. Mm-hmm. The fact that the chat just really liked Papa Grapes so much, we're gonna give them +4. I don't know. Do you have any other points you personally want to give out while I kind of scroll through for a second?
Yeah. So I do love that Professor Reginald had kind of such a rich backstory. Actually, they both,
Mhm.
Zamboni Stroblight and Professor Reginald, really got into the depths of kind of who they were and where they came from and what their family meant to them. And so I would like to add 4 points for that, because I think it really helped me get to know them fully so I can assess them accordingly for this position.
Yeah. And then one more thing from the chat. Drummer Har really loved Marisa and Sophie's drastic wardrobe changes he said Sophie with the dope lobster claws. So we'll give them +5 points for that. Awesome. Okay, so before we bring out our second team, again, we need another job for them to interview for. So our second team is not going to be interviewing to be gravediggers. They're going to be interviewing for something else. So the chat, can you guys please just give us another job that they can be interviewing for? Okay, how about a trash collector on the moon? So our second team is going to be interviewing to be a trash collector on the moon. Let's bring them out. So once again, Stacy is Zamboni Stroblight, and Aaron is Professor Reginald Grapes. Becca, whenever you're ready, take it away.
Wow. Oh my goodness. So again, this is a highly selective position of trash collector, but on the moon. So I want to start with Professor Reginald Grapes. Just tell me a bit about yourself.
Oh, of course. Thank you for having me. I'm so just through over the moon, if you will, to be here. Thank you. So my name is Professor Reginald Grapes. I am a professor of agricultural psychology at the great Cambridge University in the UK. And I am just looking to make a change. I'm sure, as you all know, we all hit a new decade and we are just looking to make a change in our life. And I think that I've just learned the emotions of agriculture for too long, and I'm ready to change my life.
Mm-hmm. I totally understand. And Reginald, I just have to ask, what is it that you have in your hand there?
This or this?
The box?
Oh, of course. Sure. So this is, so you know how some people, when they're going into anxious situations, they bring a stress ball? Well, this is sort of like a solid cube, instead of something that's like soft and malleable that you can really squeeze. It's kind of like, it's actually part of a game, but I just left the game at home and bring the cube with me. It makes me feel really calm. It's equal sides. It feels very like, it's like a Rubik's Cube, except it doesn't move.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that does sound very calming, because the moving of a Rubik's Cube is the most.
It's the worst part of a Rubik's Cube. Are you kidding me? Hello.
Stay box is what I tell it. Brilliant. Well, I think that will help you on kind of the terrain of the moon. So Zamboni Stroblight, now, same question. If you could just tell us a bit about yourself.
Yes, my origins date back to 1994 at the Lillehammer Olympics in Norway. It was the famous year of Nancy Kerrigan versus Tanya Harding. That scandal was just about to erupt. I was under a different identity prior to 1994, but I do not remember anything prior to the moment when I was born. I was out cleaning out the ice. There was free skate. Skaters were warming up. And I all of a sudden lost control of the machine I was using and slammed my head down on the ice. And right after that, it was when the whole event was canceled because, well, you all know what happened. But anyway, ever since that I, Tanya movie came out, I haven't been feeling right about it, about my job and the corrupt figure skating world. So I, too, am looking for a change.
Wow, that's beautiful. I think that emotional dedication will serve you really well on the moon.
Thank you.
So, Reginald, I want to ask, why do you want this job? Why do you want to be a trash collector on the moon?
Thank you for asking. I think that, first of all, I want to say that trash collecting is a really underappreciated profession. You see, like, there are only a few holidays that trash collectors get off. And I think that if we go to the moon, we should restart how society works. We should really start creating trash collectors who have an image of respectability so that we don't get to this place where people are underestimating them for the rest of their lives. And I want to be there to make sure that we are starting that image from the beginning. And also, I love trash. I am like a raccoon.
Just like a raccoon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you need... I mean, I could go into the detail of how some mornings I wake up with dark circles around my eyes in a way that is, most women have that like just as naturally, but mine are truly like circles that go all the way around. I'm wearing a lot of foundation at the moment, so you can't see them. It's really an unfortunate side effect of the patriarchy that I have to do that, but I do. And when I looked at myself in the mirror one day and I saw raccoon circles, I thought, well, I might as well eat trash.
Okay, you know what, Professor? I'm just going to pause you there because I can tell this is going to be a deep rabbit hole for you, a raccoon hole, if you will. So, maybe we'll save that one for another convo. But thank you so much. I do love your passion. I agree that trash collectors are underappreciated. So now Zamboni Stromlight has been itching for this for this question. I can tell. I have the same question for you. Why are you passionate about trash collecting on the moon?
Well, I just want to piggyback on what my opponent just said, that, looking at yourself in a mirror and really being able to see what's ahead of you. And, before this interview, I got to a telescope and I looked at the moon. You ever seen an unsmooth surface like the moon? It's full of potholes, bumps, lumps, dumps. So I think what I'm going to go in there is scrub it nice to a shine little marble. And then the whole world can see itself reflected in the moon. And when you see a man in the moon, it's just yourself. It's like a man in the mirror, as one unfortunate pop singer once said. So I want to help other people on their journey of self-discovery by turning that moon into a mirror. Thank you.
Wow. Okay, got lost there in your vision of what the world could be. That's pretty beautiful.
You can't see it, but I'm crying. I have to wear these because the light is sensitive to my eyes.
Mm-hmm. That's tough, being a Zamboni strobe light, I imagine. But you work through it. I can see you persevere.
Thank you.
So, Professor Reginald, I have my final question for you.
Sure.
So this is really important. If you were shrunk to the size of a pencil and put in a blender, how would you get out?
Well, interesting that this should come up. I actually have, I hate talking about this in interviews. So my sweat is like adhesive almost. It's so weird. So, if I was trying to get out of a blender as a normal sized person, I could simply step out of it because we are the same size. But I never have had a use for my adhesive sweat before, but I assume if I was in a blender and I was nervous, my palms would be sweaty, and at that point I could simply scale the side of the blender and find myself to freedom.
Wow, I think that would be a perfect plan. Zamboni Strobe Light, your final question. If someone wrote a biography about you, what do you think the title of it would be and why?
Yeah. It would be, I did not pay Tanya Harding's boyfriend to hit Nancy Kerrigan's knee. That I didn't do that.
Okay. Why do you think that needs to be the title? Are you under investigation?
I'm making a change. I'm closing a chapter.
Okay.
And I just don't want.
Oh no, she's
Not kill. I'm back. Am I
you want
back?
to not kill. Zamboni, did I hear you correctly that you just want to not kill?
No, I'm saying that I want the world to know that I had nothing to do with the clubbing of Nancy Kerrigan.
Okay. Emily, could I just ask you to write a quick note to maybe do a background check on Zamboni strobe light? Just make sure the criminal history there
For sure.
is all good.
Mhm.
Okay, well, thank you, Zamboni strobe light and Professor Reginald Grape, for interviewing with us to be a trash collector on the moon today. We will get back to you. And
How many vacation days a year? How many?
We really,
I have to, in a couple weeks, I have plane tickets. Can that count? Does that count on my vacation day now?
Your vacation days getting to the moon is actually the vacation, so it'll be 4 days.
Yeah, it's kind of just that's your trip, but it's really fun. And then you're there for an indefinite amount of time.
Yep. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. Awesome. That was great. So we had a bunch of chat in the chat for extra points. So Colleen Fran said that this Reginald Grapes was giving her huge Hugh Grant energy, and we love Hugh Grant. So that's a +5, I think. People, including me, loved the raccoon reference. Someone called it a trash coon, which is amazing. So that I would say is +3. I personally, Stacy/Zamboni's Man in the Moon, just like whole saga about how when we look at the moon, it will be us. The man on the moon is us. Amazing. So I would say like +6-ish for that. And then the adhesive sweat to get out of the blender was really just so amazing. I loved it so much. So +3 for that, I would say. I don't know if you have any other things that you pulled out of that.
Yeah, no, I thought I really got lost in Stacy's view of because I've honestly never seen the Man in the Moon. I don't know what people are talking about, but I would love to be able to see that one day. And I loved her specificity with knowing the story about Tanya Harding. I thought that was great. So I would add another 3 points for that.
Amazing. So let's bring out Old Country Dan to hear what he thought. Hello, Old Country.
Hey, folks. That was creative. That's what I want to call it. A lot of creativity on display there. So let's jump right in. Team 1, Zamboni Strobe Light. It's a great name. I think you may have filled in for drums for us one time or another. And honestly, I also may have been there for your public birth, your very, very public birth. I thought that was an exciting time. And then Team 1, Reginald Grapes, started talking my language with the peyote, and then started talking about astral plane. Lost me a bit there. But the elephant talk, it kind of reminded me of that old those old Cannonball Run movies with Burt Reynolds. I think they may have won an Oscar. It's probably too old for you guys. You may not know those. And then so I'm going to give them, that was a solid 17-point performance, I think, out of 20, if that's fair. And then Team 2, Zamboni Jones. Again, great name. Zamboni, let's see. Again, born on the 2 ice-related events. Born. That's a strange coincidence, I think. Maybe, right? I don't know. Made a reference to Michael Jackson. He's a real hero of mine. I mean, he's not country western, and I haven't followed him for the last maybe 10 years. But if there's somebody who I could model my career and life after, it'd probably be him, because he's the consummate entertainer. He just did it right, and I look for role models. He'd probably be one of mine. But again, I haven't seen or heard anything about him for the last 10 to 15.
Yeah, you might want to check up on that.
He died.
Yeah, I guess. Oh, he died. Yeah, I heard about. Oh, well, that's a sad day then for everyone, I imagine. And then Reginald Grape, that was a great hat. I got to get me one of those. That looked like it'd be real good for keeping the sun off your shoulders. Because sometimes I get a little sun on my shoulders, and it don't, I think I have some issues. I got to get them checked out. And talking about the varmints, the raccoons, that was genius. I like that because I like raccoons, and then I fit real good in with the sticky sweat. I like the sticky sweat concept. And I'm sorry that she has that affliction, but again, it could be helpful. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to say there's 16 out of 20. And that's how I'm feeling about both teams. Great job, though. Real good. Liked it a lot.
Loved it. Awesome. Thank you so much, Dan. It was so good to see you again. So quickly before we get to our last game tonight, let's just do a little quick score update. So currently our score is very, very close as always. So team 1, Marisa and Sophie, have a score of 48 points. Team 2, Stacy and Aaron, are ahead by a little bit with 50 points.
All right. So still pretty tight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so our final game this evening is one of my favorites. It is our passion game called Power Prov.
Yeah! Yeah!
So get ready, Glitty Litter, for our very own personalized TED Talk. Power Prov is a game where our teams are going to be presenting us a 6-slide PowerPoint that they have never seen before. Each slide will only contain pictures. Some are directly related to the topic and some are very far off. So our teams must think on the spot and find a way to justify the pictures on the screen, adding as much or as little detail as they see fit, and present it like their Glitty Litter life depends on it, because we've seen the scores and it really does. So we welcome our teams to present as themselves or in a character, as long as we can feel that passion. So, and also logistically, if you want to go to the next slide, just say, next slide, please.
Yep, and remember teams, like Becca said, this is a game of passion. So it really doesn't matter to us if your presentation makes sense, as long as we can feel the passion behind it. So before we get to that, after we do that, Little Milky will give us a score, 1 to 20, just like Dan did, and she will let us know what she thinks. So let's bring her out and see what she's looking for tonight.
Hey, y'all!
The chat was looking for you earlier. They're excited that you're here.
Oh man, I love the chat. They're all milked up.
What glass milk number is that? Are you on tonight?
You know what? I used to do the little thingies on my hand to keep track. That just made me feel bad in the morning. So I don't know. I have no idea.
Who knows?
Cheers.
All right. Cheers.
Little Milky, what does passion mean to you, and what are you looking for from our contestants?
Passion means loving something so that it becomes your whole identity. And you have nothing else but that one thing. Milk is that for me. I'm a milkman. I'm a milkmaid. I'm milked up.
Yeah.
All the way. And I want these contestants to think about how they can be creative in their passions. And I the first man that milked a cow, do you know how creative that man was? I mean, what was he doing? But now look at us. We've evolved.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I want that kind of thinking. I want strong bones and that kind of thinking.
Love it. Love it. There's a lot of milks in the chat for you. A lot of support. So we can't wait to hear what you think later.
Awesome.
All right, so let's bring out team 1, Sophie and Marisa. And Becca, are you ready to tell them or bring up our PowerPoint? Go ahead. Becca, can you let us know who gave us our suggestion for their PowerPoint tonight?
Yes. So our first topic tonight comes from Emily Goldstein via Instagram. So thank you so much, Emily. We have no idea what's coming, but I can't wait to hear this TED Talk.
So let's get started with the title slide. Matt, you can go to the next slide. Thank you. And again, Sophie, Marisa, when you're ready to go to the next slide, just say next slide, please.
All right, campers, welcome. I'm so glad that we could have you here at Medieval History Camp.
Yeah. Yeah, we're so excited. We got y'all here in Winooski, and we're just gonna learn about there's a lot of folklore from this place, but we've been watching a lot of Outlander lately.
So much.
Kids, you gotta watch this show. It's really good. Watch it with your parents, and we just really wanted to teach you a little bit about some Scottish folklore.
Yeah, this is a passion of ours. Am I right, ladies? Okay, next slide. Okay. So on the left here, we have a completely real, 100% real thing. I actually took this picture. I took that on that trip that we took. Oh my God, do you remember that?
Oh, when we went back in time and met that guy? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. This is the Lake Nest monster. And let me tell you, he did not like having his picture taken. If anyone could like just get really close to the screen, you'd see he's pissed off. But you know what? I had a good time. Didn't you have a good time?
I had I can't. I would have to write a book about it. Now on the right, campers, we got a very old mythical animal from Glasgow. It's actually the Glasgow turd squirter. I know you're all gonna laugh.
I know. Okay, don't laugh.
But it comes from the turd squirter clan that roams the hills of Glasgow. Stop laughing. Stop laughing. And
sometimes folklore is, sometimes it can get a little dirty, but you know what? You need to honor that. You need to respect that.
You need to honor it and respect it, and you also need to watch the show Highlander. So anyway, these little guys, they slither around the sewer system in Glasgow, and and whisper secrets up people's toilets, and that's how we get all of Scotland.
That's how we get all of Scotland. That's how we get the folklore. Do you think that the folklore was passed down exclusively through the folk? Wrong. The Glasgow turd squirter has carried this knowledge with it for hundreds, if not millions of years. Next slide, please. Thank you. This one is near and dear to my heart. It's sorry, we both get pretty emotional looking at this one.
All right.
Okay. Oh, give me a second.
No, I'll go. I think I can hold it together.
Okay.
I think I can hold it together, Beth. Okay. So on the left, we see Jimmy McDougall. He was the first king of Scotland.
The first king.
The first king. And he loved three things. He loved tartan print. He loved all of the wonderful bagpipe music that you've been hearing all throughout the night. All throughout the night that me and Beth have been playing. And three, he loved a family-sized pizza. And for him, his family was him and 35 of his brothers. So that is what his brother loves.
The thing is about the first. Yeah, it's okay. I know it's hard. The thing is about the first king of Scotland is his reign was so disappointing and bad and honestly just like laughable, but at the same time tragic. What we have on the right is a composite picture of every peasant in Scotland, just averaged out over every peasant during the time of his rule. So as you can see, this is the average life.
Yeah, Jimmy McDougall was not doing well as a king.
Yeah, I cry looking at it because this Scottish folklore camp, sometimes it gets pretty deep. And when I see these pictures, all I can really think about is all those peasants, and how they, would sit around the fire and saying, "Oh, we want a family-sized pizza," and Jimmy McDougall would just be, he didn't care. Okay, next slide. I can't look at this anymore. Please. Oh my God. Lighter mood, campers. Let me tell you.
This is a funny story.
This is a really funny
Scottish
story.
history, it's not all doom and gloom.
It's not all
Sometimes,
family.
sometimes it's a little jazzy. Sometimes it gets a little whimsical.
Right.
Oh man.
So this is whenever the nymph spirit that lives in the hills of Scotland, often she would, flit from hill to hill and haunt all of the Scots and everything. But she accidentally haunted the wrong field. Let me tell you, this nymph, what you're seeing being held up on the left here, she started haunting. She haunted herself all the way into the Sahara. And when she got there, she was like, listen, this isn't Scotland, but the lessons that she learned, campers, the lessons that she learned, like not unlike the lessons that you'll learn here at this camp, she brought back to Scotland, and it changed them, forever. It basically ended paganism in Scotland.
Mm-hmm. And as you can see in the background, that is the spirit of Jesus Christ, and his best friend, Pete. And they're so proud of her for ending paganism and bringing Christianity to Scotland. That they're expressing that like this, which we all know is the expression of thanks and gratitude.
Yeah. This one, I get a little hot and bothered about this one, so we can just move on to the next.
Yeah, please.
Campers, listen. If there is one thing that you take from this presentation, let it be this. The Easter Island heads are from Scotland, and they were hot. Scottish Folklore 101. They were hot.
They were hot, and they don't want you to know about this because the world would change as we know it. There might be, dogs would start playing poker, cats would start open up bank accounts. If we knew how hot the bottom of most submerged statues are, it would just be a disaster. Also, if you see on the right, that is of course the second king of Scotland.
The second king of Scotland.
Nate
McDougall. Okay, it was the little brother.
It is a lineage. It's going to be the same last name. Okay,
for a long time. Yeah.
And he, of course, brought peace to the land of Scotland, and and all of the men, actually took a moment to invest in hair care for the first time.
Yeah, because they all wanted to be like the Easter Island heads who were hot. The thing is that was definitive, campers, of Nick McDougall's role as king was that he raised the standard of life. He let everyone know, hey, Easter Island heads are hot and they're here. And everybody was like, okay, I guess it's time to start looking good.
And that's why every Scottish person you see looks like they have a secret. And that secret is the Easter Island heads are hot.
Easter Island heads are hot. Keep that okay, campers, go to the next slide. But like I said, let this be the one thing that you remember, but do not let this be the one thing you spread. This secret is yours to carry. Listen, campers. I do want to say, this is classic Scottish. This is what they did in the Fulkan times of Scotland. You would always end by saying thank you. And remember this old saying. Sophie, do you want to say it with me about the old saying from Scotland?
I would love to say it with you, Beth.
Okay. When
a chicken lays upon a lamb, you will dead.
When the chicken lays upon a lamb, you are dead. Thank you so much, campers.
Thank you all.
Thank you guys so much. That was so amazing. Just some quick notes from the chat. People love that you called the Loch Ness Monster the Lake Ness Monster. So I don't know, +4 points. The Turd Squirter, also big. They loved it. Big hit. So +3 points for that. I personally love that you made that little boy the King of Scotland. It made me so happy because he deserves to be the King of Scotland. So for me, that's a +4. People loved. Which one of you said that it was Jesus Christ and his best friend Pete?
Sophie.
Amazing. We loved that.
Read the Bible.
Yeah, just read it. Just read the Bible. Look
So
it up.
+3 for that, and then of course, and they were hot. Just you have to know that they were hot, and that made me laugh.
That's a secret. That's a secret.
Yeah.
Do not spread that around.
Yeah, I took that away. So now everything I know about Scottish folklore, I've learned. So that they were hot gives you a +6, I would say. Becca, any points from you?
Yeah, I would like to add another 4 onto that 6 because I love that it seems that the main focus of this camp was teaching what it means to be hot and how to get there. And so I think that was just a really good moral to send to the campers. That's mostly hair care. Who knew?
Who knew? Well, thank you so much. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I also want to give another 2 points because I'm so curious as to what it means to haunt yourself. To haunt yourself all the way to Sahara, I believe it was.
Oh yes. So the thing is, the sprites, the Scottish sprites, chaos is their lifeblood. So as much as they have the ability to create and sow chaos, they have absolutely no ability to figure out where they're going to travel to next. That's why you don't hear about them that often. They're often like, oh fuck, I got transported into a swamp and I died, or like, oh, I got transported into Middle Earth and I'm dead, things like that. So when they do survive, sometimes they end up in the Sahara.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love that.
Yeah. Scottish history, again, also in the Bible. Look it up.
In the Bible.
Education.
Look it up. Well, thank you so much. It was so pleasant. I loved it. Let's bring out team 2. And let's look at their PowerPoint for tonight. Your guys' PowerPoint suggestion comes again from Instagram, from Bridget J. Coco on Instagram. So thank you, Bridget. And let's get started with the first slide. Again, whenever you guys are ready, just say next slide, please.
Okay. First of all, thank you so much for having us here.
Truly, I can't imagine a single place I'd rather be than discussing the reason that I get up in the morning with this group of beautiful human beings. So
Dr. Schleffer and I have been working on our theory of space-time together for about 45 years. Has it been, Tiffany? Yeah.
It's been, I can't believe it.
I know. She was such a nerd back then. She was walking, down the quad, chewing gum and popping bubbles. It was just... Anyway,
so embarrassing.
I know. I know. It's just that we haven't even seen each other in a while, so it's good to see you.
It's good to see you.
All right. Oh, okay. All right.
Jump into it. Next slide.
Yeah.
Okay. So our theory of space-time starts where everything in space starts, with the planets. And a lot of people don't know this, but the planets were actually there before the Big Bang, which is omitted from a lot of, research and academia, because I think that folks are because then it's like, well, where did the planets come from? And we're going to tell you, because that's where the theory of space-time originates.
Yeah. And so the thing is that a lot of us in our own lived experiences think of time as a straight line. If I were to draw it, that it would go from this event, then this event, and then this event. But I think that I would enlighten all of you to know that time does not work that way. And in fact, on the right, we have a very classic image of a gray alien, and this is no coincidence. Aliens, as we believe them to be, are actually our own, not ancestors, but we are the ancestors of aliens. Aliens, in short, are time travelers who have come back to visit us, because time is not in a straight line. The Big Bang happens somewhere in the middle. So anyway, next slide. Okay.
So I love this slide because this is the critical component of our theory of space-time.
Yes.
So
everybody, please listen. Take out your notebooks.
At this point, we know the planets came before the Big Bang,
yes,
and we know that time is not linear and we are the ancestors of aliens.
Yes.
So there was an event in history. You'll see on the left-hand side this like yellow truck. It's some sort of truck.
I'll just fill everybody in. It is a 10-wheeling cement pouring truck. I mean, that's not really relevant, but my dad works in construction, so. Sorry, Tiffany. I didn't mean to.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm so
I know.
glad
I just am such a know-it-all. I just
no, that's great. You know what's wild is like I made this theory and I don't even know what type of truck it is, which is pretty cuckoo bananas if you ask me. So anyway, there was a 10-wheel cement truck, and it just, you know how Pluto's not a planet anymore? Well, this cement truck started on Pluto and it drove through the universe all the way to Earth, and it stopped on Earth and started pouring cement into the middle of Arizona. And you wouldn't think that Arizona would be the place where space-time science started, but it is. It absolutely is. And that cement contained all of these different minerals that were not of this planet, and people started to research it. These two gentlemen on the right-hand side that Carol is about to tell you about in a second, they found this cement and they were like, what are these minerals? We have got to figure it out.
Yes. So the two men on the right, that is on the left on the right, is Hal Prince, and the gentleman next to him is Prince Hal. It's funny. It's just a coincidence that their names are like that. So these two, as you can see, they have on display artificial six-packs. And what is inside of those is cement filled into molds. And this right here is the origins of the Iron Man competition, which many people are not aware is a method to travel through space and time. You are jumping over some kind of barricade or you are sloshing through mud. Yes, but slip slosh and you will find yourself in the Victorian era in an instant.
And you don't want that to happen to you, because it can and it has, and it's horrifying.
And the way that you are the master of your time travel destiny is a strong core. Because if you're going to get into that Iron Man and you don't have a strong core, you're going to be ripped into the space-time continuum all over the place. Anyway, but these two figured it out. Next slide. Okay, so what does the Queen of England have to do with all of this? And that is everything. You think that NASA, you think the United States, you think Russia, you think all these other countries involved in space travel, red herring, okay? Who were the original like colonizers, the big major colonizers of everything? It's the British, it's the Royal Crown, it's the Queen of England. I mean, wake up! I'm sorry.
Why do you think the royal family is still so relevant? Okay? They're figureheads. They don't
Why
even
do we care about Meghan Markle and Prince Harry leaving? Why do you think we care? It's because of... Anyway, I'm just... Okay, next slide.
So that's why we're here today, because as much as this is a lecture about our theory of space-time, this is also a call to action. Okay, on the left-hand side of the screen, you'll see this, otherworldly kind of frog chariot sort of vomiting water hose thing.
Right. What is that? You're probably thinking, what is that? Well, get out of your Western civilization way of thinking.
Get out of it.
And this is an animal that is put together of God's angels in the wings, the arms and legs of a man from an Iron Man competition. Are you following?
Are you picking it up?
Picking it up? And of course, a cat, the protectors of all the pharaohs of Egypt, as the head.
And this animal exists incredibly, now that we're all well-versed, in Scotland. And we need every single one of you to hop on board and help us get there.
Yeah.
So then if you look on the right-hand side of the slide, this is what could happen if we're able to crack the space-time continuum code that is owned by the Queen of England, the aliens before us, passed down from generation to generation, all the way to Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Our goal is to get dogs to be able to scoop their own shit, okay?
Yep.
And if we can get to Scotland and get to this being, then we can figure out how to get them to do that. And that is just unlocking one chapter in a laundry list of self-sufficiencies that will help us get to a better state and humanity.
Absolutely. And we came on this program in particular because we know that this audience has a predisposed nature towards appreciating the way that cats contain their own shit. So dogs should learn how to contain their own shit. Next slide, please. So I want to thank you, all of you. I want to thank my research partner. And I just want to show you that the world will continue. You hear about global warming. You hear about all these apocalyptic things. This right here is a glimpse into the future. An owl and a pug as one. That will happen if only you wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up. Set your alarm.
You can buy our book, We Are Self-Published, on Amazon.com. If you follow the link through my Etsy store, it helps get a little discount on your purchase. Okay.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for having us.
That was amazing. Thank you so much for giving us your theory. So a lot of great things in the chat. I also had a lot of great thoughts. One of my favorite things was that the Big Bang Theory not being at the beginning of time, and you guys just being like, no, it's right in the middle. So +4 for that. I also personally love that cement just in Arizona though. Like that's where it was plopped. It's plopped in Arizona.
Who would have thought?
One of my favorite comments in the chat was, I don't know how to say the name, but Bannock said, he was basically said, imagine, because you guys just so focused on that truck for so long. And he said, imagine looking at this slide and being able to like focus on this truck and not acting like that other picture existed, which agreed. Like you guys just like, were like, you don't see this on here, which I love so much. So +5 for that. The cross power prov reference between Scotland and here. Awesome, amazing. +3 for that. And then your overall goal of the whole thing in that dogs are going to pick up their own shit one day. Just the chat loved it. They thought it was amazing. That was a perfect goal. So +5 for that. Becca?
Yeah, as a cat owner, I would love for that to be extended to cats as well. And I just want to give out 3 points for the phrase slip slosh and you're in the Victorian era.
Like that.
You're
Not careful.
You're not careful. But it was incredible.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Team 2. We will see you later after we talk to Little Milky. Let's bring Little Milky on.
Wow. Yeah, that was nice.
Awesome. So Little Milky, what did you think of Team 1?
Oh man, I got a lot of notes here. First of all, Outlander, I watched that with my parents too. The sex scenes, they love it. We think it's hilarious. So that's +10. Pete's my man. He actually drinks milk. So I met him at a milk bar, +2 for knowing Pete, good guy. And Turd Squirter Clan, I mean, it's not funny. The kids were laughing and they were real serious. So 2 points for knowing that it's not funny. And I have another note, which was, remember those peasants? They needed milk. They weren't strong. Their bones were tiny, and milk could have helped. So I gave him +4. So it's a total of 18 points for a beautiful performance.
Beautiful. Awesome. And what about Team 2?
Oh man, Team 2, let's start with they've been together for 4 to 5 years. That is strong bones. Just to be alive for 45 years, they got strong bones. That's a +2 just off the bat. And then somebody said the word academia, which is my safe word. So that's +9 for saying my safe word without knowing it was that. And then dogs scooping their own shit. I mean, take it another step. Dogs milking themselves. Production will go up. We didn't have to work. That's a +4 right there. And they said that the 6-packs were filled with cement. I politely disagree, and I say they were filled with milk. So that's a -1. And that's a 17 points. So beautiful performance, except for the cement. We all know that it's milk that's in there.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Little Milky. We were so happy to have you on the show tonight, and we really appreciate your feedback.
I am thrilled to be here.
So let's bring our teams back out and give them their final scores for tonight. But just so you all know, you still, after this, have a chance to win. So our current final scores after all of our games, still very, very close. Team 2, you guys have 90 points. And Team 1, you are leading with 92.
Whoa.
Weaker.
So this brings us into, Becca, do you want to tell us where we're headed right now?
So now it's time for the final portion of our show. It is time to finally head into the glitter box.
La la la, la la la.
All right, so in order to go into the glitter box, we need to get some wagers. So if you could all wager the amount of points, we have no idea what you're going to be wagering them on, but how many points would you like to wager? We encourage you to go big, is what I'll say.
Yeah, to be clear, the points matter a lot because, as you know, there's a huge prize at the end of this, which is literally just be featured on our Instagram story tomorrow. So it's important. So we have no idea. We can't even give you a hint because we literally have no idea what you're wagering on. But talk amongst yourselves. How much do you guys want to wager? We'll give you a couple seconds.
It's a pretty big high stakes here.
High stakes. All right, Team 1, you guys ready?
You know, all bets are on. So I think we're going to do 80 points. We're going to wager 80 points.
80 points out of 92 points. Amazing. Awesome. Love it. Love the enthusiasm. Team 2.
We're going to put them all in.
All of them.
All 90. All 90.
All 90 points.
Wow.
All right.
This is a glitter first, and we love to see it.
Let's bring Caitlin out to see what you guys just wagered on.
Hey everybody! This week in the glitter box,
Oh my God.
Folding and slurping, folding and slurping. I folded them and now we're gonna slurp. Right? It's folding and slurping, everybody. And what that means is over the course of this very actual, very real episode that we are doing right this very current second, over the course of this episode, I have made 4 terrible little origami friends. Oh, we've got a terrible little origami crane, a terrible little origami frog, a terrible origami that stands up. That's a good one. And then just a little fox. And so you're going to pick one, and we're going to see which one's best to drink soup out with. Eat soup with. So Team 1, pick one of the 4. You can say a color or what it is, but 2 of them are green.
Yes. You know, this is an ancient art, so it is hard to determine. Sophie, I'm
pick me.
I'm feeling like the frog might be best. You're muted, my sweet.
Sorry, everyone. It's the most spoon-like of all animals.
I would agree with that. Okay, we're going with the frog.
We're going with the frog. Okay, and I just want to remind everyone, I am determining which is best to drink soup with. It's very subjective, and so that's what happens in the glitter box, you know? Okay, Team 2, which one do you want?
What's the red thing?
Oh, this is a fox before I had it howling. It can be, it's a wolf. Oh, it's a wolf. It's a wolf in fox's clothing.
Oh, classic.
Do we have
Classic
any
wolf.
sort of like directional control as far as your finger placement and how you use these?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
You can tell me how to hold it.
I mean, that's assuming I know, but
I think we go with the wolf in Fox's clothing
yeah.
because it has some surface area. I think the
Yeah.
crane's wings are gonna flop in the soup.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
yeah.
I would say ears first.
Okay, ears first. So you want me to hold it like this and eat it like this?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I would put a finger down to create a bevel action.
Okay.
Like, are you watching my fingers do this?
Oh yeah, I can see. Okay, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll do that. Okay, and then team one, any way you want me to
Like this.
hold the frog?
All right, Marisa, you're a scientist.
I am a scientist.
Can I see the underbelly of that?
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
like to see the under.
Oh,
Yeah, I think
No.
we want to go underbelly.
We want to go underbelly.
Oh,
Yeah.
And
that's
if you
a
can
game
hold-
changer.
If we're going to do a little bit of hand motion here, I would say if you could hold the frog in your hand like so that you could also the tips of your fingers could brush the soup.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't use my fingers at all to touch
Okay.
the soup. I'm
Got
so
it.
sorry about that,
All
Marisa.
right.
But I'll get them as close to touching
As
the
close
soup
as
I
humanly
possibly can.
As
possible.
close to
Okay.
cheating as possible. Thank you.
All right, I'm going to dive in here.
Well, the finger thing, that's okay though.
Yeah, the finger thing because it's not touching the soup. So
Mm-hmm.
All right, fair enough.
I'm not gonna lie. This one's it's okay. I can get some
Yeah.
some noodles. I don't think this is gonna pick up a chicken chunk though. So I'm gonna have we'll see if this one can get some chicken chunks. Yeah. See this? All these things are grabbing noodles. So all of this little star shape is grabbing noodles. So that's really and it got a chicken chunk. Look at that. All right,
Yeah.
chicken chunk has got it. I gotta give chicken chunk. Got it. Frog, best to eat soup with. Team one. This has been the Glitter Box. I've been and will continue to be Caitlin. I love all of you. Thank you for doing this show. This was so much fun. I hope you had fun. I love you. Team one wins.
We love you. The thing is that we led with science. And
Yeah, it's true. So team
They
one,
also got to pick first, but
well, they had points. They had more points, so they got to pick.
they earned that right.
Yeah.
They did.
it's all right. You know,
Team one, do you guys have
We're just sore
anything
losers.
to say? Do you have anything to say, team one?
Yeah. Vaccinate your dogs.
vaccinate your dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we've always led with.
Love it. Love it.
I'm
Mhm.
glad we finally have the platform to say that. Get that.
Yeah.
Thank God. Finally.
Do our losers have anything that they want to end with?
yeah, mostly just like if you can if you scratch them if you got them.
Scratch them if you got them.
Yeah.
Usually the
It
lower
had to be
back
said.
area.
I was thinking like a dog or like an animal, but you can
Yeah.
take that as whatever.
Scratch me if you got
Yeah,
it.
scratch them if you got them, and if you don't got them, if you wait long enough.
You'll get 'em.
Awesome. Thank you so much to all four of you for competing tonight. We had so much fun. A few things before we go. We just want to say a huge thank you to 2MB Studios for letting us have the show. Huge thank you to Matt, who is backstage, and he has been helping us with all of our tech tonight, bringing everyone in and out, all the videos, everything. One announcement, 2MB is doing a collaboration with Boston-based artists to sell some swag, some 2MB swag, their own interpretations of the 2MB logo. They are starting that tomorrow, I believe. And they have a great Boston-based artist who has come up with her own interpretation of the logo for December. Anytime you buy that t-shirt, half the proceeds will go to 2MB, half will go to her, which is so awesome. So thank you so much to all of us.
All right. So again, thank you all for joining tonight. These are incredible contestants and judges and viewers. This has been Glitty Litter, the show where your shit shines and the cats do not matter. We are Glitter and Friends. We will see you at our next show, Sunday, December 20th, for more glitz, glamour, and glitter glory. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.